What's up? I'm RL.
And I'm Jenny.
Jen and I spend a lot of time together.
And also with family and friends.
But also we like communicating and having discussions with the people in our community.
The everyday people.
So join us on Tuesdays
at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
What's up, y'all?
The Everyday People Show.
Chop it up. On your boy RL, and she's the girl who?
Jenny.
From the block.
We have controversial topics.
Like that I came in on this one.
Let me say this. I'm the type of person. I don't like to speak for God. I think when people say I'm saved, I think you out of pocket. I think China is having product outsourced to other countries to get under the tariff. Y'all do know that, right?
They still gotta bring it. Listen, they still gotta bring it to the border.
You're gonna see they women going out buying black afros, but don't dare.
And I see your point. You're trying to say that race of women do not try to look like us. We're the ones trying to look like them.
Well, but that's not true. That's not true. Yeah, that's not all the way true. That's
right.
Not true. That is
right.
Not
Thank
true.
you, ladies. I've been trying to make that point. Great guests within our own community.
Well, I won't be into that.
Oh, okay.
I cried it out. I threw it up. Cold, spit, I wouldn't care what you call it. Everything in me that didn't belong, he purged it out in Corpus Christi, Texas before that book was birthed.
I can't remember the number now, but it's in one of my books. I think I had about $10,000 to my name. I don't even know but it's something like that. And I said, oh my God.
I thought about that. So I'm like, what if he would have pulled that trigger when he got to me? You know what I mean? Because it was point blank range.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Man,
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
We work really well as a team. Like in business, the profit, don't mix business with pleasure, but I don't know why it works for us. Like,
and lots of fun right there. That trumps a balloon.
And then we got a whole lot of emotions. We can't even cry. But we love y'all. And guess what?
Nothing y'all can do.
Hey, nothing y'all can do about it. Peace. And welcome back to Overflow, the Everyday People Show. I'm your boy RL, and she's your girl who?
Jenny.
From the blog. What you looking at? What you looking at?
Oh, it's not lit up.
She know. She wait good until we get ready to come on and looking around like she forgot something. But anyway, how y'all doing today, y'all? Today is what? August the 12th, man. The year is almost over already, man.
Right.
Football season finna get ready to start.
Yes.
Man, there's a lot going on out there though. How's your day going?
It's going good. It was a long day for me, but it's going good. Just
the first week.
Adjusted.
Oh, this is the second week already. So you your second, third. You did
second
third
week. Well, second week.
You going into your second full week of school,
right?
But this is the
third week for me. Though,
third week for you going back. Wow, already third week already. You'll be talking about. You'll be.
Trust me, we come back saying when is the next break before the first day.
Yeah,
that's wild, but we do.
So what's going on out there in the world? They finally found it. I finally seen the picture of the shooter of the CDC shooter. Like I told you, he was going to be probably Caucasian. They hid his identity for the first couple of days, but they finally revealed his face. Yeah, some young white kid.
You think they knew before they revealed it?
Yeah, they knew they had to because they say he had, he had a self-inflicted wound. He off this self, you know what I'm saying? So they knew what race he was, you know what I'm saying? They just didn't, for some reason, they didn't show his picture. They had to dig into, obviously, I think he had some beef with the CDC saying he was sick because of the CDC, you know what I'm saying? The vaccine made him sick. They say he had some mental issues and he blamed it on the CDC for that. Saying,
I think they knew what I was saying or asking. I think they knew who he was maybe a little bit before they revealed it.
Yeah, they knew who he was.
I mean, of course, he's obviously like Caucasian, but I think they have to put the story together to make it, Let
me get our homeboy up in this thing, man. He might want to have something to say about it. Black man.
Hey,
What's
Charisma.
up?
Charisma, what's going on?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Good.
I see you off today, man. How you been, bro?
Yeah, I'm off today and tomorrow. I told you I'll start sending you the schedule. When it's when I'm off and stuff.
Oh, okay. Then what's up, man?
But,
Good to see you, man. Good to have you on the show, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Gotcha. What they
Yeah.
call those? What they call those cartoons behind you?
Oh,
What are
Japan
they?
animation. Anime.
Anime. Yeah. You
That's
into
one of my
that?
favorite. Yeah, that's Cowboy Bebop right there. That's one of my favorite.
So those are like
Spike-
Asian. Those are like Asian cartoons, right?
Yeah, but he speak English though.
Yeah, I know they speak English, but they Asian.
Yeah.
Well, they
Well,
speak.
the first one that was created was Astro Boy, but then from there they just went from there.
So y'all tuning in, y'all please share this live. This is all we asking y'all to do. Just share this live, man. We got a lot to chop up today, man. We got a couple of stories we're gonna talk about. Of course, we're gonna talk about what's going on in DC. Donald Trump has sent in the military on the regular streets, on street people. You know what I'm saying? So do y'all think? So you shaking your head already.
No. I'm just no.
So we're gonna talk about that. Do you think they really care about stopping crime, or is it just the first step to martial law? Everybody been talking about martial law for the last couple of years. Is this the first step toward that? I mean, we see it in LA, we seen it now we see it in DC. He has already hinted that it's more cities coming. He said there's more cities coming, and is this just going to be for the cities populated by mostly black people, or is this going to be like rural cities and you know what I'm saying, so forth and so on? I'm pretty sure they have crime in their cities too, in small rural cities. I'm pretty sure they have crime in those cities. And also, we're going to be talking about your thoughts on your mate having a friend of the opposite sex. Do you think that's cool? How far? You know what I'm saying? I see you shake your head. Look, do you think? Are you okay with your mate having a friend of the opposite sex? And then another story we're gonna talk about. What would you asking me about?
So we were talking about different things, and somehow it came up like, what is the motivation for people to live right? Is it to avoid going to hell? Is the emphasis on that, or more about seeing God, seeking heaven?
Yeah, that was an interesting question.
Like, what's the motivating factor?
So what's the motivating factor? What's the motivating factor of
working out your salvation?
Are you more reaching forward to going to heaven, or is you just don't want to go to hell? That's your motivation. What is your motivation out there, y'all? You know what I'm saying? And I know I don't think nobody gonna say I'm trying to run from hell, but they lifestyle would say it. You know what I'm saying? You know, like these guys, they gangsters and they wearing the Jesus piece.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Are you looking toward the heaven, or you just think this is a good luck charm and you just trying to avoid hell because you music say you going to hell? You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying. Is your lifestyle representing what you saying you doing? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So, but before we get into it, man, we gonna give a shout out to Danielle Spencer, man, aka known as D from What's Happening, man. She went on to glory today. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I watch a lot of those old episodes, man. And it's still funny, man. So listen, I'm gonna play this video. We're gonna play a little tribute to D, man. May God rest her soul, man.
Amen.
Rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? Heaven, or however you want to say it. You know what I'm saying? But D Spencer, also known as Daniela Spencer, also known as D from What's Happening, man. I don't know if y'all remember that. You probably too young.
Well, at think it was a family show. And of course, you know, we had subject matter that everyone could relate to. So that's always good. And of course, the characters are so lovable. So even D.
Oh, Rod, you didn't have to bring flowers.
Wayne, grow up.
Danielle Spencer, best known as Kid Sister D from What's Happening, has died. She was 60 years old.
Hey, what are you doing? You're messing up the reception. She knows what she's doing. Turn that off. See, turn that thing off. What are you doing? We're watching a football game.
So watch it. It won't bother me.
The actress's co-star Haywood Nelson sharing the news on Instagram, posting this tribute. We've lost a daughter, sister, family member, our Shiro. Danielle is loved. She will be missed in this form and forever embraced.
Grab a broom, D. Make yourself at home.
Goodbye.
Danielle starred as sharp-tongued Dee in all 3 seasons of the TV classic before leaving Hollywood behind to become a vet in Virginia.
Hi, I'm Dr. Danielle Spencer Fields, and you've got compassionate animal care.
Well, I had a car accident 2 years ago, and I had spinal surgery subsequently.
Danielle lived her life partially paralyzed, which informed her approach to caring for animals, focused on finding real problems, not just treating symptoms.
I've always loved animals.
I remember I had a lump in my breast, and, you know, I'm a vet. I should know these things.
She was also a breast cancer survivor, and while no official cause of death has been released, she did reportedly suffer a recurrence before her death.
Even going through all of this, I still know that there's a plan for me. I'm still here for a reason. And that's what I have to think of, that, you know, what I'm going through is for someone else, not for me.
All right, Danielle Spencer, aka D from What's Happening. That was one of my favorite shows going on when I was younger. I used to love to watch that show, man. It was funny,
Yes,
and
it
of
was.
course, you know, then when they start letting black folk get shows on TV, they, you know, what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So of course, you know, people in the black community was tuned in into that show, like Good Time, Jeffersons, and that show right there. They were one of the show that, you know, everybody watch. They started having black folks on shows. So what are your thoughts on that? So
Yeah, I think she was amazing on the show. She had a wittiness she actually was my favorite person on the show. She was my favorite.
Yeah. I like
And
the
she's
whole-
so
I like
cute.
all- I like all the characters on that show, man. I think everybody had a different personality
Yeah.
on that show. All the characters had a personality on that show. And I heard that they try to model that. They modeled that show after Cooley High. I don't know if you remember Cooley High. You remember Cooley High? They say
Yeah, I
that show was
remember.
modeled. They say that show was supposed to be modeled after Cooley High. It's supposed to be like a spin-off of Cooley High. If y'all remember that.
Okay.
What's going on? What's going on, Quentin? What's going on, my brother? So what you got any thoughts on that before we move on? You ready to get into the Marhsall Law?
Yeah, I remember the show. I like Dee Dee. She was funny. You know, Raj was cool.
Well, I forgot you young. You might remember that.
No, I remember the show. Yeah, I remember the show. Yeah, I remember the show. But, yeah, that's that show. I'm gonna miss her, man. I didn't know she was a vet. I heard she got a doctorate, though. But yeah, she was really special. She made the show, you know. So without her, it wouldn't have been a funny show like that. I know Rerun and Raj and all them were cool, but without her, it wouldn't have been. That was a complete.
She made it. She had a part, you know.
She
So I
added
ain't
some
gonna
spice
say
to the show.
I ain't gonna say it would've been-
Yeah, she was very
because she only had little small parts, but it was big little small. It was that little smirky smart mouth. You know what I'm saying? That was so funny. You know what I'm saying?
And she was adorable. She was cute, and she had such sassiness, and it was just very
And I don't
spicy.
think, and I don't think she ever was a focus on the show, but she played her role when it came to her to do it, man. So yeah, man. So I guess I'll watch some of that tonight, man. Some So what's happening, man? Remembering Danielle Spencer, aka D, man. So the next topic we got, y'all, if y'all tuning in, y'all feel free to comment in the comment section how y'all think about what we're seeing. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna come in the screen and get y'all. You know what I'm saying? But I'm coming for you, though. You ain't correct.
Right.
So the next story we got, man, we're gonna talk about this. And I told you a couple of weeks ago that it's gonna be a lot of stuff he's gonna be doing. He's gonna throw a lot of stuff at everybody at one time. Distraction after distraction, because he's trying to avoid those Epstein files coming out. So as much stuff he can put out to keep people from thinking about the Epstein files, he's going to do it. And this is one thing that I think they had this in the Marhsall Law thing in the Project 2025. This is laid out in Project 2025, matter of fact. And this is what they are beginning to do. Lay a roadmap for Marhsall Law, especially in the Black community. It's phases. Here's the thing I think. There are phases in what they're doing in the Trump administration.
Right.
First phase, let's get the Mexicans out of here. Second phase, let's get the Black folks under control.
Right.
This is what they're doing. So I don't think they're concerned about crime in our community. I just think it's just a matter of showing people who's really in control. You know what I'm saying?
It's like order out of chaos. So you gotta have situations, whether it's created or not, on purpose to start laying out the plan itself. You know, it has to be in stages. So if you have one situation where you see, okay, we got to get, military involved, martial law, then it just opens up the doorway for people to see, well, this can happen somewhere else, because he's already said it himself and put it out there.
So you want to play the video, Black man?
Yeah. So y'all making some pretty good points. Like I said, like my sister, she retired from the government, her and her husband. So I used to get a lot of insight on what was going on in the government, because she campaigned for Obama and all that. A lot of people say it was a lot of deflection, from the Epstein file. He was trying to just hide the fact that he was about to get, go into trial about that. If anything would have came out within the files dealing with him, I would have been like impeached, or something would have happened or something like that. But he is doing a lot of deflection, and he is deploying a lot of National Guards and military people into states, they so-called say blue states instead of red states. So like Washington D.C. and Baltimore.
It's cold for this. This is what the Black folks. Everybody know what we congregate. Everybody know we are mostly in inner cities. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody know this is where we mostly are, and
right.
He's able to do it, say it without even saying it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
And he's he's phrasing it as law and order.
Yeah.
So law is one thing, order. Law and order, this is the same thing that Nixon and Reagan them used to try to run on, law and order, because
there's a lot of things he done. I didn't agree with, like taking away the rose. I mean, the garden, Kennedy's wife garden. He's covered that with cement. I don't know why he even did that. The famous rose garden at the White House. He removed Obama photo and Biden photo and put it in some kind of room in the White House, like a hallway or something where nobody goes down. He's changing the Kennedy's museum to the Trump Kennedy Museum. He want his name in front of it.
You mean to say this? You mean to say you know why he's doing it, but you don't understand. But what you're trying to say, it don't make sense what he's doing, but you know why he's doing it. It's because he's airing out his grievances with certain people.
Yeah, I understand it, because Kennedy's grandson is trying to fight for that. He's fighting to try to stop him from trying to do that. So, and then he's trying to take away a couple names from some of those airports that were, especially like LAX, that was designed by black men. He wants his name change the names of a couple of these airports. And
yeah, because he already changed back those bases, those military bases back to
yeah, and then yeah, it's a lot of
Confederate
things.
soldiers.
Yeah, it's just I don't understand the purpose of all that kind
But
of stuff.
I think you keep saying, I'm not saying you particularly, but people keep saying, I don't understand why you do know if you understand a racist and what a bigot does, he don't care. His whole presidency is about reinstating white supremacy. And when I say white supremacy, I'm talking about making sure that white people are at the head of the table in most things in America, like they have been since the beginning of this country. They've been at the head of the table. And consensus has said that in the year 2050, they won't be the majority in America. So somebody got to stop this. Somebody got to stop us from losing it all.
And that's why he's moving so fast.
Yeah, and they feel like they're losing everything if they can't set the table to where they're in the head and not, you know what I'm saying, where they're not making decisions. They don't want to ever be in a place where they're not making the decisions.
Right.
So this is what his presidency is about, to set everybody else back so far to where now we got to go back to the starting point again. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's his version of making America great again.
Yeah, that's what
in
it
a
is.
nutshell.
But unfortunately, there ain't enough. He got black people believing in it. He got people, even people been on this show, they believe in him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And they will argue tooth and nail about a man who clearly, is on an agenda that's not going to benefit them in the long run. Right. So let me play this. I'm gonna play a little video real quick, man. So people can get an idea of what's going on in DC.
Right.
On Monday, August 11th, we are following some breaking news for overnight. Homeland Security on the streets of D.C. hours ahead of an expected press conference from President Trump.
Sources tell WUSA 9 he's planning to deploy the National Guard in an extraordinary escalation of his recent threats to take over D.C.
We're going to beautify the city. We're going to make it beautiful. And that includes bringing in the National Guard, maybe very quickly, too.
It's national.
D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser is weighing in for the first time since these renewed threats began last week. Her message to the residents?
Their nation's capital is among the most beautiful and best cities in the world. It's well run. I just think that's not the most efficient use of our guard.
That press conference from the White House is expected in just about 3.5 hours from now at 10 a.m. We've got team coverage for you this morning, starting with our Jess Arnold live outside the White House. And Jess, what have you been able to learn that this announcement will entail?
Yeah, well, President Trump is supposed to be talking about crime and beautification. Now, a White House official has said that there are about 450 federal law enforcement officers throughout the district as of last night. Now, I want to take you to that Truth Social post that the president shared yesterday, saying that they'll be arresting criminals and moving people who are unhoused out of the Capitol. DC sources tell our team that they're definitely expecting that official National Guard deployment today. Mayor Bowser, though, worries about them being used in a patrol capacity, but says MPD is used to working with federal officials. Now, we are expecting that press conference to happen at 10 a.m. this morning, so we're getting closer here, a couple hours away now. But first, I want to toss it out to my colleague, Jacqueline Quinn, who has more on how the community is reacting to all of this.
Yeah, you know what? I'm in Northwest DC near U Street and 14th. And typically this is an area where people come out for restaurants, bars, clubs. You know, this is kind of where people find nightlife out here. So it was a little bit of a surprise that cameras captured federal agents out here in force.
New this morning, WSA 9 has brand new video obtained of officers and agents on foot here around midnight. You can see them moving in teams, stopping people, keeping eyes on the late night crowd. And it wasn't just here. DEA agents were also spotted on the National Mall Sunday. It all follows a weekend of heightened patrols and arrests. Police say they seized 3 semi-automatic pistols along with fentanyl, crack cocaine, and meth. Arrests included carrying a pistol without a license, possession of a prohibited weapon, and larceny. But for some residents, the bigger concern is how this was done.
We saw like 10 cars or more coming over the hill. When they get out, they hop out. They hop out with their guns in their hand, telling people, come here, come here, come here.
Tyree Stevenson, better known to the community as Gotti, is a third-generation Deanwood resident.
It's kind of scary, you know what I'm saying? Before you know it, then shots went off. Pow, 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 pow. Right here.
Deanwood ANC Commissioner Anthony Lorenzo Green says it felt like there was no concern for his community.
We were all sitting out here like, why was all this necessary? And I feel that the federal government has overstepped what we feel is their limits, right? There should be an understanding between the District of Columbia and the federal government about how we govern ourselves.
Get
We
out
have
here.
people for a reason.
He's not convinced the president's plan addresses the problems his neighbors actually face.
Is he going to come pick up our trash next? Is that what I should expect? We do have areas with high grass that he can cut. I have infrastructure problems in my community. Can he put some funding on the table for that?
And again, the president says that this is being done to make the area feel safer. But some of the residents question here whether the crime rate will actually go down. For now, I'll send it back to you guys.
So the rest. So for people who, I know some Black Trump supporters. They ragged on Biden about the crime bill. I wonder what they think about this. You know what I'm saying? The incarceration can't do nothing but go up.
Right.
What are your thoughts on that? You think incarceration is going to go up? I mean, you one of the one who's against the crime bill, right?
Well, okay, so you got to think about the mayor had already put out a report about the crime that was done in DC, and it was mainly juvenile. It wasn't like older people. You know what I'm saying? It's juvenile crime. You know, like them probably burning out in the street, probably a little. It wasn't that. It wasn't that point.
Yeah, but the guy said they were just hopping out telling people what you got.
Yeah, I know it wasn't.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm
it
saying?
wasn't the point where you had to deploy National Guard, which takes up a lot of taxpayers' money. That's not. It's not. And then you got to think about Trump does things because when they almost had a chance to make DC a state, they found out about those two corrupt people in the Senate, and they don't want that area to be a state because that means it become a blue state. If it becomes a blue state, then that means they're the majority rule the House. So, Trump, I don't know. It's like he deployed 50,000 in LA. He got some in Baltimore, some in Chicago. He always hit Chicago. But you got to think about Chicago is kind of like bad. It's a lot of shooting and killing. I mean, they really kind of wild out there. Like, it's like my neighbor was telling me he's from Chicago. He said he went home. It was yesterday. He was driving, trying to return a rental car in Chicago, and 3 cars shot past him and went through the red light and didn't stop on red and was just speeding like crazy. Almost had everybody crash. Then another truck came through, an SUV with Mexicans hanging on top of the truck. And they went through the red light and then stopped. It was just running through the lights. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, why Chicago, they got this purge law. I mean, I don't know. It's just, it's certain things I agree with. If you're going to be out here looting and tearing up and stealing cars, especially like in Atlanta, when they breaking in cars, stuff like that, I can't stand that. But
Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm for if this what the purpose is to stop crime. Okay, I'm good with it. But at what cost? What is it going to cost us? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure that what they say the 87 crime bill, it was designed to stop crime. But fast forward, everybody mad at the crime bill. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people got arrested who probably wouldn't have been arrested if it wasn't for that. You know what I'm saying? So
the 87, we said 87 crime bill. You talking about 87 crime bill?
That crime bill, the crime bill that everybody crying about, food and all those cats we always talking about. The crime bill.
Right.
It's-
I know you're
it's-
talking about.
you- this could be worse than the crime bill because this is the military now.
Yeah, I know. He did that to make it federal, so it can surpass certain administrations. They can use certain kind of force, different kind of force than the police. Police is citywide, and this is federal, so this is government, so they can use a different kind of force, and you can't really fight it.
He wanted to be in control of it because
Yeah,
he could have gave the mayor funding to hire more police if he was serious. If it wasn't about that.
Yeah, then you know.
And my thing is, I think black folks who live in inner city need to beware because it's coming to your city because it's going to use this section. This is a testing ground, man.
Right. That's what I
That's
was
all it is.
Yep.
And he's blowing money. He's blowing money on that serious stuff. Like he got this ballroom he's trying to build in the White House. At the White House, costs like almost $1 billion. I don't know why he's trying to put a ballroom. I don't know what's going on. You know,
because he wanted to look like Mar-a-Lago. They say he's trying to make it. He fixed it up, make it look. He wanted to look like his house. So like he don't plan on leaving. So he's fixing up the White House like he ain't planning on leaving, bro. I'm telling you.
He wants Melania's name to be on the Kennedy Center. He wants that. He want her name to be on that. He want to make it the Trump Kennedy Center thing, but he want Melania to be in there. But it's like I don't know. It's like he got a vendetta with people that did, like even with the football league. He wanted to try to get a league back in the day, and they told him he couldn't. So I think that's why he attacking some of those people too, those owners. It seems like everybody.
It's overreach. She says it's
everybody
overreach.
who.
It is.
Yeah, everybody
It's the gain control.
Everybody who he had beef with, he's coming for them. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Or they made him feel like a certain way, which I understand. But you know, the other thing is unnecessary. Spending money on National Guard, all this stuff, and you got poverty. You trying to kick poor people out and people that's homeless out. But
Yeah, he said homeless people gotta. He said homeless people gotta go home.
I know.
What
nowhere.
that ain't funny, but he said they gotta go. I mean, where they gonna go?
That's what.
No matter where they go, they're gonna be homeless.
Right.
That's my point about him spending money on things that's unnecessary. We can be trying to figure out a way to spend money on helping them,
Yes.
house them, build facilities for them instead of building a ballroom on the White House. Almost taking $500 million. But it's just, you know, things is he's spending. It's out of control. It's like that parade he did was unnecessary. Spending on $55 million. I don't know. He's blowing through money. I don't know where he's getting the money from because we supposedly.
What do you think? You know where he getting the money from? He getting the money out the government pot. Who you think paying for it, bro? You think he paying for this out of his money? He gonna.
No.
I mean, here's the thing. The same. Some of the people who were against this stuff was kind of sounding like they was on the Trump train. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say you were kind of like halfway with him too. You know what I'm saying? You were halfway on the train too.
I was with him when it comes to certain things about the security of the country and how you can't let other people come in and try to like overtake your democracy, and you got to stand up to certain things.
How are they overtaking the democracy, bro? How?
No,
working on a job, working on jobs that need to be filled.
Yeah,
how are they working on? How are they taking over? And this is the thing that I think this is what I think black folk got tricked. Even when he said in his speech, they're taking black jobs. What damn job were they taking? We didn't want. Are you finna go pick some strawberries?
No.
So what jobs were they taking that we wanted? We didn't want those jobs. We wanted the job. We wanted high paying jobs now. So that was the mindset he was saying. Basically, what he was trying to tell y'all, black folk to pick them berries. We can get black folk to pick them berries, pick them oranges. Those are black people's jobs. We can get black people to, you know what I'm saying? And it went over y'all head. And y'all perpetuated it.
Well,
I don't mind telling black people who I thought was riding the Trump train. And now everybody kind of like backing out saying, well, this ain't right. No, you were complicit in it.
Well,
and I'm not talking about you personally. You went all the way on it. You kind of like, you agreed with a lot of the guys, like fooling them with all that foolishness. You know what I'm saying?
let's just look at this. Let's
But
check
I'm gonna
this.
give
Check this.
you have your own say, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let's just hear this perspective out. Yeah, like you was talking about the drug problem, especially in Philadelphia and Kensington. Those people walk around there like zombies. They on trank and all that kind of stuff and fentanyl, and they standing up sleep and just standing up sleep and so high they stand up sleep, and they look like zombies. And they don't take it's like zombie land in Philadelphia. They going bankrupt. They were talking about Chicago going bankrupt. So you got to look at these places, man, and what can you do? What would be your uh um what would be your like idealism on how to help the homeless? What would be your way of my ideal way of helping them is it's more modern, but I think it can work. But you also have to have the land and the community in order for it to work. You build these self-sustaining homes that's ran off like solar power, and you get what I'm saying. But they got to have water to also like to take showers and stuff like that. So they can have like these rooms, these little miniature homes made like domes or either squares, however you want to make them, where they could it sustain a family. If it's a homeless family or one person, they can have somewhere to stay instead of being in tents or on the street, and they can shower and clean themselves and have a area to lay down and have a refrigerated area for food. It can be done. It can be like a small community, and it can work. But Kanye had that idea too. He wanted to do that, but they was like, everybody shut it down. I don't know. It's just you can do things. The government got the power and the brains to do things.
And the
but
money,
here's the thing.
and the money,
Like
but
you
they
were
don't
talking
want
about,
to
But
do
here's
it.
why they won't do
like
it.
you were talking about that crime bill, even during the 80s and Reaganomics, they was locking people up for selling crack, but America was allowing the crack to come in, the cocaine to come into the country. So how you gonna do that's like an oxymoron. That's like a double-edged sword. You're gonna bring it in, then say we got a drug problem,
But it's
lock up black.
intentional though. All of
Right.
that's intentional.
That's stupid to me. So that's a
Yeah.
stupid thing to do. If you don't want crime and drugs in your community, why would you allow it to come in? America can stop all drugs they want.
It's not
They
that.
say all.
Because they wanted it in certain places.
Right.
They wanted
That's
it
why I
in
said it was
places.
intentional.
They wanted
That's
it
my
in places where it would destroy something.
That's my point. That's the point I'm making.
But
right.
But you keep acting like you don't understand. You don't know this. You know this, man.
No, I'm saying I know this.
You know why they did this.
Yeah, I do.
Ever since we've been here, they've been trying to destroy us, set us back, put stuff in our way to hold us back. I mean, and it's never going to end. Even this martial law thing they're doing. This is these are black communities. These people going to be in. They're not going to be down in rural Georgia and in the rural areas. I'm pretty sure they have crimes too. So why is it just in inner cities where black people normally congregate? He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. And people want y'all want him to say it. Y'all want him to say it straight out. Y'all want him to say it straight out. I'm putting Marhsall Law on black folk. And that's what I understand about black folk today. We need shit spelled out with us now.
So
we can't see it.
Yeah, it's a lot of people that don't know the truth. They don't understand it, and they don't want to know it. But those of us who understand it, we can talk about it and say this is really what's going on. But the people that would be considered Trump supporters that are of our color, I would just use the word deceived. They're deceived because they don't understand or don't want to know or know what we know. So is he wants to be in control. In order to do that, for their race of people to not be the minority, which they're on fast track to being that, you got to get the Hispanics out, because this is personally what I've seen. A lot of us are mixing with them. I see a lot of mixed. I see a lot of mixed children that have Hispanic and black husband and wife. I see it a lot. I'm seeing it a lot.
But here's the thing.
Yes, in
though.
my family too.
Even they realized how foolish they were for going out and voting for him. a lot of the same people who was on him on the campaign trail, now they've been shipped back where they came from. And now they like, black folk, y'all come march with us. No, we told y'all. We told y'all who this man is. Know what I'm saying?
A lot of people don't understand.
He showed you who he was the first term. What makes you think a zebra don't change their stripes? And then you know he was gonna come back with vengeance.
He's like a snake, like very deceptive, charming. Say all these things a certain way to just kind of charm
he's not
you.
charming. Obama was charming.
Not like in a
he's not. He's a mean.
Not
he's
not
a
like
mean.
in a good way, but like a snake.
He's a mean, nasty, grumpy old white man. He's a grumpy white man, and he don't care what he's. The man be on in an interview cussing and everything, and nobody says nothing like this is this. You should. Nobody says like this is no kind of decorum in the office of presidency. But Obama wore a tan suit. They went crazy, and then you got a white old grumpy man in the Oval Office cussing like he on the street drinking. And everybody looking at it like, oh, look at Trump. I like him. That's why I like Trump.
But see, a lot of the white supporters are speaking out that used to be, or that were never supporters. Now they're saying
But
a lot of
it's too
stuff.
late.
I know, but
It's too late.
but that's what deception does.
think
You
he-
don't understand something is happening
Exactly.
until it's revealed, and then that's
because
when
here's the thing with
everybody can
Trump.
start saying,
Here's
"Wow,
why he's full steam ahead. He don't have to worry about you voting for him no more.
wow."
He don't need your vote no more because he know this is last term. That's why he ain't been how many? He been there 7 months. He done did all this stuff, all this stupid stuff within 7 months, and we got 3.5 more years left for this stuff.
He's trying to make it where he stays the president forever."
No, he's not. He know that's gonna be he know that's the last thing they're gonna let him do. He know that's the last thing they're gonna let him do. But they will. But they are behind him setting the tone for white America to make sure they running the country for the next 100 years.
Yeah,
they needed somebody to come do that, and they found that he's working their agenda. Why you think Congress is behind everything he do? The big beautiful bill. It was one of the worst bills you could ever pass, but they passed it because what was in it, because he wanted it.
And he's moving fast too.
He's moving fast.
Very fast.
And I keep saying Fu did a show talking about a movie about sex trafficking. And now you got a man, but you got a man in the White House who could be a sex trafficker who holding back information that the American people need to know. He keep putting out all these roadblocks and people keep acting like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, now you're quiet. But and the black people, some of y'all black folk were complicit in this. And I called Fu name out. I called him out by name. I called him out by name because they come right on this show for the last 2 years bragging about Trump. How they hate Biden. Do you like what you got now? Do you like it now? You know what I'm saying? When it comes to your city, don't be talking about this ain't right. Because he already said he's finna do the same thing in all these major cities where black folks congregate, man. He already named the cities he's coming to. DC is just they're just where they're gonna test it out.
Yeah.
They tested it in LA to get the migrants out. You know what I'm saying? Them folk finna hire 80,000. Them folk finna hire 80,000 ICE agents. Them folk finna hire 80,000 ICE agents. These people their only job is to check these Mexicans.
Yeah.
Their only job is to get Mexicans out. So now they sending the Marhsall Law into the black community to make black people want to get out and work to get these little low-paying jobs again. Because he know the economy finna go down for a minute. For him to get his stuff in place. He know it gonna have to go down before it come back up. So a lot of people finna suffer, man. A lot of people finna suffer. And at the same time, they taking people insurance away. They're taking Medicaid away from people who need it. They're taking SNAP away from children. And I'm gonna tell y'all, if you're a black Trump supporter, you're complicit in this. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Because I said we used to talk about this stuff all the time. I used to argue with all y'all. Food. I told Jermaine to come on the show. He didn't show up because he know what I'm talking about. We went back and forth on in the inbox. He didn't want none of this.
What?
He didn't want none of this. And I hope he watching. Because I want to hear what he got to say now. I want to hear what y'all got to say. It ain't even been 7 months, bro. You can, go ahead, man.
Yeah.
I know you saying this.
No. I'm not.
Listen, y'all. This is my guy right here. I love the guy. I love charisma, man. You know what I'm saying? But it's just politics, y'all. I'm not. We ain't gonna.
Yeah,
We ain't gonna bust heads in the street. We see you. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you know. Hey, listen. you know you're my brother, man. You know I got your back.
I hit the applaud button. I try to hit the laughing button.
Yeah. You know I got your back, man. You know ain't nobody bother you, man. But
it ain't about that, man. I made sure I tagged Vince. I ain't tagged Food.
Oh yeah,
Food got Food off the rail, man. He far gone. He's too far gone. I be watching him sometimes. I be saying this dude. He too far gone. His whole platform on TikTok is fighting back other people who going at him. You know what I'm saying? And I be like, you know,
I haven't just watched it yet. I gotta check.
Yeah, he's gone. He's too far gone. You know, he's too far gone. But you know, Trump gonna bring him back. He gonna wake y'all up.
Oh God.
So this is coming to cities near you, man. It's coming to a city near you.
I don't think it could come to Atlanta because we don't have crime at a major rate like that. We talking about Chicago and these places that really got a lot of
No, but listen,
Atlanta's not that bad. Only thing Atlanta
DC crime rate has dropped. DC crime rate has dropped. Bro, I keep trying to, bro. You keep missing it, bro. You keep thinking it's about what's right. You keep thinking about he's got good intentions. This is not about good intentions from him. I wish it was about stopping crime. Getting crime down to zero. That ain't gonna happen. You ain't gonna get no crime down to zero.
This is about power and control.
In cities with millions of people.
Yes, I agree. It's about
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's all it's about.
Yeah, it's about control. It's about controlling these cities where black people are running it. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is, man. So, but he got the power to send him in a city he want to, and that's what he's trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Atlanta do have black men. So, what she say? This is Project 2025. Yeah, people were telling them about Project 2025 for 2 years, and he ain't gonna do all that. He ain't gonna do all that.
Well,
shouldn't me.
And also too, I guess you would call it Agenda 2030. That's around the corner. So this is like a prelude to a 2030 agenda.
Yeah,
I don't know if y'all ever heard of that or looked it up.
And I'm gonna say you something. If you're black, how do you trust Donald Trump, man? How can you trust what he say? You know what I'm saying? Just like the Latinos, he told them we just gonna get the bad people out of here. We're gonna get the bad people out of here. We're gonna make sure the people who's law abiding got a right to come back through a process. Man, this man shipping everybody ass out. If you ain't no citizen of the United States, he's shipping their asses out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And black people laughing because we told y'all, we trying to tell y'all this man trash, this man garbage. He a piece of trash, man. You know what I'm saying?
So like he was saying, like where he was talking about he wants to make DC beautiful. Is that what he said?
Yeah, he gonna make it beautiful.
So again, that's like a prelude. This is a prelude to the agenda for 2030. They're trying to make it seem like they want to make everything great for everybody, sustainable living with the environment, apartment housing, all of that stuff. Where it's because if y'all notice, it's a lot of apartment homes and housing. They're nice, but it's a lot of them popping up everywhere. It's about control, and so they tapped into every part of how we maintain our own abilities with housing, to have our own. They've made it hard in the housing for us to have homes and own them and stuff. So it's like layers and steps, and he's at this point where I think, like I say, 2030 is going to come into play with this whole big plan about the environment. Everybody will have something. It's layers to it, and I think once people understand that, they won't be fooled along the way. But some people won't get it until we're at the end of it.
Right.
Because some people still making this about Democrats and Republicans.
No, it's
This
about
shit ain't
total control.
This ain't got nothing to do
Total
with no
control
Democrats and Republicans.
over everybody.
This is about control. This is about power and who's on the top of the food chain. And they're trying to make sure that white America stays on top of the food chain for the next 100 years.
And it's not gonna be any middle class. It's either you're gonna be super rich or you're gonna be super poor. Like, you won't have much of anything. They're creating this what do you call that, where it's the have and the have nots. It's just that's what it's
But
going to.
we already got that.
Yeah, but
we already got the haves and the have nots.
yeah,
so
but
we been had that.
it's a lot of us in the middle.
But they play it. They try to make it like it's a political thing.
Right.
It always happened to have not.
But
They just been able to poison poor whites and dumb black men.
But it's going to be on a gross
That's all.
level. But what I'm saying is, it's going to be on a gross level where people are going to be extremely rich and people are going to be extremely poor. That's what I'm saying.
The beauty of what they did, they're able to convince poor white people and uneducated black men that they got their back. They're with them, and now they see. Now they was able to do the Latino too. Latino for Trump. Now her ass got deported. Remember the lady that she had? She gone.
Yeah.
She gone. She gone. Because he don't give a damn, man. And I hope black men need to wake the hell up, man. You know what I'm saying? What is wrong with y'all, man? You know what I'm saying? You want to talk about this, man, before we get off this, man? So,
yeah, I'm along for the ride, man. I just know that God's still in control. And like Jenny said, it ain't mainly about politics. It's not about
Let me say this. I hate to butt in. God is in control, but he gave us the damn brain. He gave us the knowledge. He didn't get a knowledge to the elephants. He didn't get all the wits to the snakes. He didn't give all the, you know what I'm saying, the know-how to the zebras. He gave it to us. It was he not when God come back, it's over with. But we in charge now. We in charge. We can't keep saying, well, God is in control. No, we in control. We in control because he put us in charge. He put us in charge. You know what I'm saying? He's in control of us, but he put us in charge of this right here. He put us in charge of this. Rico made a statement here, a long statement. Can you read what he said? Rico, I know he got some good stuff to say.
Yeah, he said, "What's up, good people? He does not have any authority to send troops to any other cities unless there was an insurrection happening. No matter how much he wishes he could do so, the federal posse, I can't say that, Comitatus Act, I hope I said that right, limits federal troops from engaging in civilian law enforcement in other cities in the U.S. He only has the authority to do that in D.C. because, unfortunately, they are not a state."
But see, they was in LA first.
I said
See, that's not true because he sent them to LA. They gonna always Rico. I love you, man, and I think you huh?
It's LA
Yeah, but
city and state is not.
Yeah, but they was in LA too. He sent them to LA first.
Okay.
He sent them to LA first, so that can't be true. He's gonna find a way to do it.
That was to control the Latino population. That was for that situation.
Yeah, but they had citizens. They had American citizens who were Latino too.
I know. That's
what
what
I mean.
ICE was there
And this is to control the black population. You see how you easily you are to say.
So how you gonna control the white population?
He's not trying to control the white population. Then I just tell you this is to keep them at the top of the food chain. He's not worried about white people. He's not worried about them.
And the ones that are against him, they fall in line with us to suffer. So, he
No, one thing about white people, they'll help us march sometimes, but they still know they got privilege. They still know they can jump
But
off
at
the
some
train.
point,
They can jump off that train anytime they get ready. You know what I'm saying? But some of them fight for justice. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying all white people bad.
with those that are true to what is true, they're gonna be right with us.
Yeah, but they still appreciate their privilege. You know what I'm saying? It's different when you got privilege and you trying to help people. When you know what I'm saying?
Well, they'll have their come to Jesus moment.
But to what Rico said, Rico, I wouldn't trust that, my brother. I wouldn't trust that. The government, they can step in anytime they want, especially if you got a Republican governor. He can say, well, come on in. Come on in. Then what we gonna do? Well, you can't do that. You can't do, man. Look all he breaking laws all along the way. You think he care about what you talking about? Everything he's doing is unprecedented. So what make you think he care about what the Constitution say? Man, these folk don't care about the Constitution unless it's to their favor. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like it's kind of like the Second Amendment. They like the Second Amendment, but they won't fight for it for black people to get their guns. But when you got a felony, you can't have a gun. That ain't what the Constitution said. The Constitution didn't say I can't have a gun if I have a felony. That ain't what the Constitution said. So the Constitution don't mean nothing, man. When somebody in power wants something, they gonna get it. And the Congress is lined up behind Trump, and the Supreme Court is lined up behind Trump. He's full steam ahead, my brother. He's full steam ahead. So all this stuff about what's right and what's legal, man, all that's y'all can put all that stuff out there. Y'all can put that stuff to bed. It's over with. Ain't nobody doing them by the book no more. These folk voted on releasing the Epstein files. But the Speaker of the House said we finna shut it down early and go home. These people doing whatever they want to do. They doing whatever they want to do when they want to do it. How you gonna close down a session? You can't close down a session. We're gonna leave early so we ain't got to vote. Man, don't take that. These folks are doing what they want to do, man. Right. Only thing I say, Rico, hang on to your hat, man. We in for a ride these 4 years. These 4 years, we in for a ride. I'm talking about financially, legally.
And what's so scary is it's already bad. Like it's already bad. It ain't even been a 4 years.
It's already bad. I mean, like I told y'all, I tried to tell y'all. God gave me insight on this, but y'all wouldn't listen because y'all hated Joe Biden. Y'all hated the man who tried to get black people in offices. Y'all hated him. And that was the irony of it. Y'all hated the man who put the first black woman in the Supreme Court. The first black, y'all don't like her. Y'all don't think she's black, but the first black female vice president. Y'all hate him. And who Donald Trump put in office on his cabinet? How many black folk he got on his cabinet? How many do you think he got on his cabinet?
Donald Trump.
Yeah. You're right.
Maybe,
but how many licked his boots? How many licked his boots?
A lot.
A whole lot of them licked his boots for nothing. He ain't gonna give you nothing because he don't want you in the room when he discussing white business. That's what y'all don't understand. When he discussing white business with white folks, he don't want no black folks in the room with him, man. Y'all come on with the joke, man. Let's move on to something else because I'm getting heated up about this, man.
Yeah.
I'm getting heated up about it. I talked to Jermaine. Y'all really hate Trump? No, man. You still think this about hating Trump? This is about common sense, man.
You should. It's about right and wrong at this point.
You should. You don't hate Trump by now. Right. You don't hate Trump by now. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
He doesn't have the people in the best interest of us for the people. Good.
He said, ask Tim Scott about that story. Yeah, Tim Scott is just black by color. There's nothing about Tim Scott that says he's African American. He's a black man. Nothing. He went in, he before the election, he went and hurried up and married that white woman thinking it was gonna help him get in the White House. He went to bow down on his knees and everything. Trying to hurry up and marry a white woman, thinking it was going to help him with Trump. Man, Trump don't give a blank about that, man. Y'all tripping, man. That's why I don't even watch the news. I don't even watch world. I watch the world news, but very sparingly, not nowhere near like I used to watch it, because it's all about Trump. Trump this, Trump. I'm willing to bet you by the time next week he gonna be on bid something else, and they're gonna be in the news because he's a master of distraction.
Yeah,
something that them used to hate distractions.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So you know what I'm saying. So you should say Tim Scott even get the dump. Yeah, he had Tim Scott when they went to try to check the man who voted to raise the debt, not the debt ceiling. What the name? When he was mad at the man because he didn't raise the what the thing? The guy he tried to raise
inflation,
not inflation, but what?
Like
You remember he went to visit the man. He was mad at the man because he didn't lower the I know Rico knows what I'm talking about.
He didn't lower the deficit.
Was it the deficit or credit rate? The credit rate. Yeah. He was upset with the man because he didn't lower the credit rate. So he went to the man to visit the man, somebody try to accuse the man of overspending on a building or something, because that was going to be his way of firing that man, because that's the only way he could fire him if he say the man was misusing money. So he went to try to see what the man misusing money. But Jerome Powell was on his game. So he brought a little talking dummy with him, Tim Scott with him. And everything, talk to him, tell him, Tim. Well, we're just grateful to have Donald Trump as our president. He's fixing so many things. I mean, I'm looking at, man, I'm like, man, I be want to bust my TV at this Negro, man. Man, that dude, man, he pisses me off to the biggest festivities. You know what I'm saying? So y'all have a point shot, man. I'm gonna let it go, man. So y'all talk about this. Y'all last words on this, and we're gonna move on to another topic.
Well, I'll just say I think we just better get ready for the ride because it's gonna get worse. That's all I know. People just got to understand what's happening. They need to know what's really going on instead of looking at the politic part that we argue and go back and forth about. People need to see what's really happening underneath all of that.
All right, black man, uninterrupted.
Yeah, I'm closing on. Yeah, we just have to pray about it, man. And like I said, God's always in control. I know this is a man's world, or these are his politics or whatever. But as far as living, eating, and surviving, we'll be okay. It's just 4 years. We get through these 4 years. He get out of there, we'll be all right. We'll just get through these 4 years. Period.
Man, we ain't even halfway down yet. He just 7 months. What 8 months? He 8 months in, man. And
think of just 400 years versus 4 years versus 450 years of slavery.
Think about what could happen next. Think about what's gonna happen in the coming days, years, months.
Yeah, we just gotta be aware.
Okay, y'all, we got another topic we're gonna talk about, and we're gonna get out there. Okay, y'all. What's y'all thoughts on your mate having a friend of the opposite sex? Are you okay with your significant other having a friend of the opposite sex? Are you okay with that, black man?
Let's define what
That's
friend
define.
is.
Because
They'll let you do that.
I think everybody know what considered a friend. You know the difference between a friend and an associate, right?
Of course.
A friend is somebody. To me, I think a friend is somebody who generally cares about you, your well-being. If you lose a loved one, they at the funeral, they asking, what can I do for you? You know what I'm saying? Y'all meet up, y'all see each other, y'all meet up every now and then. You know each other's family, you know each other's significant others. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about, a friend.
Okay. So is there certain types of friends, like, because there may be different types of friends.
Okay.
That
What do you answer the question? What are your thoughts on that?
so my thoughts are,
Are you okay?
if
Are you okay with me having a female friend?
if it's not, if it's somebody like you grew up with, like
Yeah. Like
years
that.
back, and know the family and stuff like that, I think that's healthy. I think when you, let's just say, so let me give a scenario. So let's
So
just
let
say,
me say this.
okay.
Should my friendship with a girl be based on what you think about them? Oh, or what I think?
That's a good question. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I got you.
Should it be what you think about my friend? They're my friend. She my friend. Should it be what you think? Remember the video we saw when the girl came home and the guy had a girl sitting there and he said, "This is
Yeah,
my
that
friend."
was not cool. That was not cool at all.
And
No.
he was basically arguing with his girlfriend because she wanted her to leave. You know what I'm saying?
That wasn't cool. So that scenario is an example, and that's where I'm getting ready to go. Okay. So if you
What are y'all thoughts tuning in? When y'all tune in, what are y'all thoughts on this? Y'all give me y'all thoughts on this.
So people will have a tendency to label a person as a friend, and it's not what the true definition of what a friend should be like properly if you're in a committed relationship. So
Is there an official definition of a friend?
well, what I'm saying is, like, let me just give you this scenario, because this, I have to go from what I understand. So let's just say you're not married, okay? You have you're a man or a woman, and you got friends of the opposite sex, right? And having those friends, you hang out with them. You can tell that they are fond of you a little bit on the I like you side. Kind of maybe daydream. I kind of wouldn't mind, being with you past being a friend. Even if it's not said, you just kind of know. So if you're involved in a few friends like that in your single life, once you move to a place of, oh, I found my mate, I see this is the person for me, and you start engaging where you're investing, getting to know the person, those type of people that you would call friends need to be cut off.
Okay, let me put up the official Webster, I guess the Webster definition of,
because everybody had
what a friend is. Let's say a person whom one knows and with whom one has a bond and mutual affection, typically exclusive of sexual or family relations. So
Okay.
that is the technical definition of a friend. So if your friend don't check out all these boxes, they're not a friend, by definition. You know what I mean? So
because like I said, because a person can be in the dating scene and have friends and start labeling people, oh, this is my friend, this is my friend. They ain't gonna say this is my girlfriend or my boyfriend. They're just friends. Because you're not gonna label them as a significant other, and you're not gonna just say, most people don't use the term associate. Most
Georgia
people don't
Ray
use
say
that.
no cuddling or kissing either.
Right. It's so what I'm saying is like, most people are not going to say, oh, he is just an associate or she's just an associate. Most people, unfortunately, casually use the word friend. So this is what I'm saying. So if you're in a committed relationship, if you know this person is fond of you in a way that they wish they could be with you, like your man or your woman, then those, to help to keep it in a place of respect and healthy boundaries for your new relationship, you have to scale that back. And I think people who respect people and respect, relationships and what it entails with commitment,
What if you
you
don't know
push
that?
them back.
What if you don't know the other person's intention?
Because
I'm gonna tell you, a man will lay on a woman for years. He'll play the friend role with you for years. And as soon as you let your guard down, as soon as y'all sitting at home having wine and look each other in the eye, and there you go. You know what I'm saying? As soon as he think you good and drunk.
And
You see, then the next day he'll say, well, fuck that. I didn't mean for that to go that far.
I get
Shit
you.
me.
Right. And that's where I say it's about like being mature enough to be
Respect boundaries.
real. Right.
Like she said, respect
Right.
boundaries. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
You have to have a sense. Even if that person is hiding it and you just believe that they wouldn't dare, you have to have a sense that I have to have boundaries. If I have a man or a woman in my life, a person could say that, that person is their friend, where you talk to your mate about everything. The people that would be deemed as associates, you're not going to give them your time like you give who you're with. So I think it's the giving of your time and your ear, like, you're listening to all of their problems and stuff like that. And usually,
But that's what friends do, though.
I know, but we're talking about friends of the opposite sex. Usually, when you have a friend in your life that's of the opposite sex and you having problems, you can talk for hours. You can talk for a long time, which can intensify feelings like beyond friendship, maybe if the person is kind of attracted to the person. So just say if you're having problems in your relationship, then if you've already built up and established what we talked for a long time, we just friends, then if you ain't mature enough to handle your relationship issues just between you and your partner, then you can be really silly without realizing it and start talking to your friend about it of the opposite sex. And then that's where the problems come into play. That's
What's
just what I
your
think.
take on that, black man?
I guess you hit on some major points too. Just don't know about being platonic. It's not a platonic relationship, but I got a lot of female friends. I had a lot of them coming up. I have sacrificed a lot of women. I had to let go when I and it made me feel kind of bad because I let them go and they didn't understand why, and they stopped talking to me and they hated me after that. But it was strong bonds, but I didn't want to like go further because I didn't want to disrespect what I had, and I feel bad.
I want to say something to that. Can
Yeah, it
I?
was very, very strong bonds I had, and then it's just like, um, I don't, I didn't mean for it to happen like that, because I have connections with women. I've had connections with women, and I mean, it's the best thing in the world, man. But we never crossed it. Timing is bad too, because you'll be want to spend the rest of your life with them, and you might end up in a relationship with them, but their timing is always bad. Then you
Right,
end up
right,
finding
right.
like then they now you can't get with them because you got somebody you like, and now it's just like a waste.
Well,
I,
well, let me speak to that. Let me speak to that because, and I'm gonna speak from a woman's perspective. And even though this is not me, I can speak from a woman's perspective. Um, if if and I'm gonna be real careful when I say this. If they were really just a friend only, not in your eyes, but from them towards you, if they really were like a friend only, platonic, they would be happy for you that you in a relationship and moved on, and they would step back and be like, you know what, I get it. We can't hook up no more. You
yeah,
know, we can't go sit and eat lunch together anymore. And I'm gonna share this because this is not the same thing, but it's kind of the same thing. So I have a cousin. You know my cousin, okay? So I have a cousin who I used to hang out with a lot, and this is about um respecting a boundary as even him being well, he's my cousin, but we used to hang out a lot. And when our hanging out was we go sit, go have something to eat, and he's family. So that's just what it is. But when I remember when we would go out and he'd be looking at girls and stuff, and I'd be like, "Boy, you need to stop. You need to hurry up and find you somebody." But when he did, and when he got married, I was like, "Well, I know we can't be hooking up no more. You paying for my food, because he was just being my cousin, being a man, being nice, paying for my food. but he was, I as a woman wanted to be respectful of just the relationship itself of you ain't got to fund my food no more. But we'll meet up Dutch because now you got a girlfriend that you take care of. You got a wife now.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So things have to change, even if it's family. You
And
know
it
what I'm
makes
saying? And
not,
so
and it
so
makes
those women, if they really care, they wouldn't be mad at you. And I think the being mad is the hurt that the opportunity that maybe you or one of them could have had just never materialized because, like you said, timing was bad. They were almost kind of like low key opportunities for maybe. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
but then it made me mad because I'm like, you coming back now, like, I could have been with you, but you got with some other dude, on
Right.
me. You didn't, you act like
It's
you didn't know
timing.
me.
But
Then when that guy was,
no, but no, you can't feel bad about that. That ain't only you for sure. You
Yeah.
happy, you know what I'm saying? The hell with how they feel, you know what I'm saying? That's
Because
just
it
my
has to
opinion.
be,
you know
it
what I'm
has to
saying?
be, a person has to be real with themselves and mature enough to bring up to the surface what's down below. Is I really like him. I really like her. And so we hang out as friends. But I realize that they are with somebody else now. And I'm not in that position anymore for the what ifs, the maybes, the fantasies of it. You know what I'm saying? So a person has to really be respectful of that and allow you to move on and really be happy for you. Somebody can say that they're happy for you and show it. They show up at your wedding, or if they were invited, or if I put like this, if they couldn't come to your wedding and be happy for you, then you have to not say that they didn't care about you, but you have to understand what the underlying factor is. They really probably wanted to be with you in a way that was beyond the friendship base that y'all could never get past. You know what I'm saying? So I think when you have friends of the opposite sex, and you're just single, cool. But once you get in a committed relationship, those relationships have to be cut off, scale back, or however, because if they don't know how to do it, then you have to do it. We have to do it. Sometimes people will try you just to see, well, I'll just wait in the wings just in case. No, it's when you are sure about who you're with, it's not a loss, it's just understanding. You know what I'm saying? You just understand because if you think about it, what if you could have gotten with one of them? Okay, then it wouldn't be who you with now, it would be them, and the same thing would have to happen again with everybody else. In order to be with that one, everybody else got to go.
I mean,
They
I
gotta
wouldn't
go.
say they. I mean,
When I say gotta
you
go,
gotta
I
put.
mean with the boundaries
I
of
just
we
think,
meeting
yeah.
up, and
I think
you
you
know what
got
I'm
to put the
saying, doing all
relationship
this
in. You
stuff.
got to put the relationship in perspective.
Right.
Like, I can't be talking to you all night like I used to. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because I got
Boundaries.
somebody else to talk to now all night.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, if I see you in the street, we gonna hug and we gonna keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna hug and say, how you been doing and yada yada. You know what I'm saying? Y'all,
Right.
and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? And they gotta respect that, and you gotta respect that. You know what I'm saying? That's how I say it. If they was a real friend,
Right.
they would understand.
Right.
Because they got to put themselves in your shoes. If they won't, you can't call them in the time of night when they laying up with their man, and
right,
because he don't go for that. Because men are territorial. Men, like I told, men are territorial. That's one reason we don't like that, because we don't want another man in our woman's ear.
yeah,
You know
we're
what I'm saying?
territorial. We're territorial.
Yeah, we don't want another man in our woman's ear. Period. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it was a guy you were raised with, y'all were young, y'all were children, and y'all family know each other, and y'all been, you know what I'm saying, and y'all just been friends since knee high to a grasshopper. That's different. But even then, it got to be boundaries. You can't don't call him my house all kind of night talking about wife. Putting your issues on my wife. She got to deal with my issue. They're her job, and vice versa. You know what I mean? What we had, we had. And I'm not dissing you. I'm just, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You just I just can't give you all of me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't get all of me like I used to give you all of me. Right. I have to ration, you got to ration your attention out to people. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it is. You know what I'm saying? If your mate do have a friend, It's not saying you can't be his friend. It just listen. You got to ration your time.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And it's just respect for what it is. And I think once you're in a committed relationship, that becomes your close bosom buddy or friend, where you can lean on, talk to about anything. Because when you get to a point where you can't do that, then where you gonna go? You're gonna start talking to other people. And then that creates dynamics where emotions and feelings are just in the wrong places. And when you're with someone significantly, it's not just about sex. That person is your friend. So that's the person you come to and talk about whatever. And, and even relationship issues, like you got to be able to work them out together behind closed doors instead of calling up somebody and be like, well, so and so did this, did that. Because it can again escalate or turn into other things, especially if that person likes you.
And if that person is his or her friend, then you don't just invite me to the party.
Right.
You got to invite her too.
Right.
He can't call you and say you can come to the party. No, I say y'all. It ain't no you.
Right.
You and your man, y'all come to my party. I'm having. Don't just say you come on to the party tomorrow. I'm having. That's some slick shit. That's slick shit men do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They'll exclude the other person. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I should know everything. If you got a friend, I should know everything about your friend. That's all I'm saying. If your significant other got a friend, then you should know everything about that friend too.
Mhm.
If he in a relationship, y'all go out together. You don't ain't no hanging out together one-on-one like that.
Right.
What's going on, Bridget?
Hey, Bridget. Thank you.
Somebody say that, sis.
Yeah.
She gonna bag you up.
Yeah, it's just a respect thing. And I think if people at the end of the day would really sit down, and I mean truly, we ain't just talking about our opinions here or what we think is right, but it's about like sit down at the end of the day and think, would you want your husband or your wife or your girlfriend or your boyfriend turning into that place of we getting ready, we invested, we getting ready to get married? Would you want them to have these, I don't want to say secret, but I say secret because it's stuff in people's heart. Would you want to have them to have a friend like that they could turn to and talk to behind your back? No, because it defeats the purpose of the maturity and growth that you have with the one that is your friend. You can know people say, hey, you can be friendly with consideration if something happened to somebody in their family. You don't just ignore them like they're not a human being that you never knew. But what you do is you set the boundaries, and you do that with understanding of what you want for yourself and how you want to present yourself to other people. You don't want to mislead people. You want to make them feel like there's like you, because sometimes you can make a person just think they can have you. What if something just go wrong? I might could get her. I might could get him. You don't want to give off that idea that somebody could have you at any turn, at any point.
And it's hard for men not to give that off.
Oh my
like I
God.
say, a man will lay low on a woman. He'll be your friend. He'll be your friend as long as you want to be friends. But as soon as you want to cut, he
And them co-workers too.
He ready to cut
Oh,
too. You know what I'm saying?
of course.
Ma had
Yeah.
that coworker, boy. That man was everywhere she went downstairs. He was waiting right there when she got the escalator. Dark, like I saw it. At first it came from the cafeteria. Then she went down to. Then he met her at the downstairs. You know what I mean? And he married. So that dude
Oh,
was
and that's
aggressive.
another factor too. It don't matter if they're married or not, right?
No, I think
Because
if
people,
you're in a committed relationship,
Yeah.
you don't have to be married. I mean, I know people been together 10, 20 years ain't married.
no.
I
I
don't
ain't
think-
talking
you
about
know
that
what I'm
part.
saying?
No, I'm saying the comfort shouldn't be, well, he's married, she's married.
Comfort what?
Like when somebody say,
Oh
my
no,
friend,
but if they married and if you don't know his wife or her husband,
right,
then that's a problem.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
Because
Well, I went up there.
Say what?
I went up there.
Because if your mate got a if your mate on the opposite got a wife or husband, you should know them too.
Right.
Y'all should hang out. If y'all cool like that,
Right.
if y'all just friend, then what's the problem with a double date?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's all I'm saying. So we're just talking about you are misleading.
No, she's responding to when if you. I know what she's responding to. She's saying you're misleading them if you do that. If you, I forgot what I said, but I know what she's talking about. I know what she's referring to. I know what you're referring to, Bridget. Yeah, I just said a few things I can't exactly remember.
Yeah, so the game to be sold, not told. Now, so the game been played for a long time, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna tell you, I've been on both sides. I've been the dude laying low. You know what I'm saying? I've been the dude laying low. But as long as you my friend, you say my homeboy. Women who say they're my homeboy. Shit, it ain't your. Shit, your homeboy he must be castrated. You know what I'm saying? If he ain't castrated, he'll get it. You know what I'm saying? He'll get it. I wouldn't bet you calling him, he ain't gonna resist it. That one thing about it. He just a friend, y'all. No friend. If both of y'all, if he was just a friend, he'll resist you. He'll tell you, "No, girl, I don't want to do that." But as soon as you say that, I'm hurt. He'll meet me at the hotel. We're one. Shit, he gonna beat you at the hotel. Shit.
Man, I can't do
talk. Okay, we just gonna talk. We just gonna talk. That's all we gonna do. We just gonna talk.
I can't
You
do
gonna
it.
stop at the store, get some condoms and everything, just in case.
Bro, you is a
Just in
nutcase.
case, man. You know,
It's off the chain.
hey,
right
you
now.
know, it's black man. You know black. You know the psyche of a man. You know what I'm saying? Especially a man.
Yeah, I do.
Especially, you know what I'm saying?
So that's why.
Especially if he's struggling. He's struggling in his little life. Shit.
Right. So that's why it's important to get to a point of maturity. If you're serious about who you're with, then you don't feel you won't feel like you're missing anything. If you have the only way a person to do that is if they have questions about where they are. You're not. So if you feel like you got to have friends, and not saying that people necessarily do when they're in a committed relationship trying to keep friends, but if they're not in your life the same way they once were, it is you don't have to feel bad about it. It's you have to be happy about what you arrived to. You have to have a confidence that you're good, because those type friends again are the ones that linger and hang around for the just in case and what if maybe me and you could hook up fully. So it's okay, because at the end of the day you're trying to achieve a relationship. So once you get to the one that is for you, you shouldn't feel bad about releasing the way that you communicated and connected with those friends from the past. It has to be okay. But that's maturity. Like when you're young, you learn from it, and you come to a point in life where you say, I've arrived, I'm good. I don't have to have all these potential maybes, because maybe deep down, they like you might like them. You can't talk to them anymore because your heart is somewhere else, and you have to give up that part of whatever you had with those friends.
I mean, you can talk to him, but it ain't gonna be no long.
What I mean.
It ain't no long drawn out conversation.
You know what I mean? Like
we ain't gonna be
on the phone for hours.
How you doing? I've
hooking
been
up.
doing good. Yeah, remember why we having a good time? You come on, we invite you to this event.
Right.
Okay,
It's a boundary.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, remember, girl, we'll be there. Okay, bye. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Ain't no propping your feet up, get comfortable and all that shit. You ain't
Yeah.
talking all day. We just checking in, see how each other doing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Right.
it. Keep it moving. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Because it's all about respect. I remember I had a friend one time who we were just really good friends, and I remember when he got married, I just understood that the time that we had talked, that there was some fondness there. And once he got married, once I found out, he told me, And I just stepped back. And I think the only time I
What
may have
Bridget
communicated with
talking
him
about?
was when I had a death in my family, and I shared with him about that, and he sent his condolences, and that was it. You know, it was like I just stepped back because I understood what once was could not be anymore. I couldn't sit and cry on the phone about, oh, you know, how I felt about all of it.
Look what Bridget said. It's okay that you met Robert and me and you aren't the best friends.
Oh my
Like-
God. Bridget, you need to stop, girl.
Bridget, you and Grimes come through there and holler. You know what I'm saying? Y'all come holler in. You know, come through sometime. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
girl. She
You
be
and
in
coach,
hiding
you and coach
sometimes.
come on through.
Yeah, but you know, it's a it's maturity. You grow into that, and it'll be the best thing to grow into because you got to remember why you're in a significant relationship. You have to remember that, and once you understand that, you have peace, and it pushes you to constantly stay turned towards your mate so that you can continue to mature and grow, talk things out if it's a problem, or enjoy each other, all of it mixed together. Because that's what those opposite sex friends are when it's on that level, as far as like the used to be's of, the maybes, I could have been with them, possibly. Because I mean, relationships start off a lot of times as friendships anyway, you know. And we know relationships that start off with just it being physical attraction and just sex. I mean, that's not the same thing. But when you start off as friends, and that's kind of like the foundation, it kind of makes you think, oh, I could be with this person, especially if you like them. But once you again find that person, then all of the possibles and options just kind of,
Yeah, Bridget, you and
scaling
Jen
back.
set up. You and Jen set up something so y'all can be together. Oh, but yeah. So,
Yes, you're
what's your
welcome.
thoughts on it, black man? You like you said, man.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
let me ask you something, man. When we gonna get the invite to the reception? Ain't y'all? Do you say y'all have a reception here?
Oh yeah. You definitely gonna come. Yeah. Reception. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
we
come.
will be
I was
there.
gonna bring her by the house whenever y'all wasn't busy. You just gotta set some. We can cook some or bring some food.
Mm-hmm.
It's
That
up
would
to
be
you, Rob.
nice.
Oh yeah, that's why I was saying we gonna cook something.
I said we can cook. Me and you can
I
cook for them.
feel my bro.
Or we just
I
I'll bring
feel
food.
you, my
I'll bring
bro.
the food. You ain't gotta spend nothing.
And
Bring
I
the
just
food.
want to tell you again, I'm so happy for you.
Yeah. It's
I'm very
cool. It's
happy for
different,
you.
I
But
might
yeah.
do a couples game night or something.
Yeah, that'll work. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I like that. That'd be dope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be dope. Well, I just feel like she was saying, just you know, it's I don't know. It all depends on how your girl look too, because like you said, guys will be like, oh, that's just my friend. If you got a nice looking girl, bro, that's cap.
Well, listen, if you're in a relationship, it don't matter how the girl looks. She look good to you. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
well,
saying?
I know mine. I know she real mean, so she ain't gonna talk to no other dude. I can't hardly. She real mean to me, so I I can imagine what the other dude would feel like. So it ain't. I don't be caring about stuff like that. I don't care about stuff like that. I don't even. That doesn't even cross my mind. If she even do something like that, if she cheat or do something like that, that's just on her. I don't. It doesn't affect me like that. I just look at it like, hey, we just human. We're not perfect. I just keep it moving, man. Been hurt a lot. I've been through a lot of pain and turmoil from relationships where I almost like I'm immune to it. So if I even even if get even if I get an inch of that kind of if I even feel an inch of that kind of situation when she feel that she needs to go outside of a relationship, yeah, it don't bother me. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
It's
but
like,
this is where y'all talk though. This is called maturing. Maturing. You talk like because
yeah.
a person only does that when they have a need that they don't feel is being met.
Yeah, that's fine.
And so that's maturing when you talk
Yeah,
and
but
say,
that,
"Hey,
that
what's going on?"
and maybe that guy and maybe that person will feel that in,
Mm.
you know, and then what God to do for me is just bless me to go higher and find me something better. That's
Well,
really
then you
for
got to
me.
trust again, though. But see, that's my point. You got to keep. You got to.
No,
It'll be a cycle. You got to keep trusting. You got to
no,
keep trusting. So at some
no.
point,
The next one it'll be good. It'll
oh
be
my
good.
God.
Well, the next one's still gonna be a woman. So
Yeah.
And
you know what I'm
because, like you
saying?
said,
And basically what I'm
nobody's
saying,
perfect. So you
nothing changes but the woman. Nothing changes but the
exactly.
woman. That's all.
It just takes. I'll cap it with this because I really want to talk about this next thing. But I'm gonna cap it with this, if I may. It takes trust. And trust is built and given when you talk and be real with one another and feel unafraid instead of dodging the bullet of the feelings of, well, what if, as I've had to mature into that. Um, because because a lot of times when we've been hurt, we find coping mechanisms and we do get numb to it. We be like, oh well, whatever. But we can get to a point where if we can see that this is who I really want to be with the rest of my life, and not in no crazy psychotic way, but you think I just can't see my life without them. Like you cannot envision not being with them in a healthy way. Then you do what it takes because it's like you invest your time and your energy, your soul, spirit, and body, and then you turn around, start all over again with somebody else, and then you got to get to that same point again with the next person of what if, or we might be having a little problem, how we gonna work it out so that there's no third party coming in. It's just it takes courage, when we've been hurt. It takes a lot of courage to believe in that person that you're with. If you said this is the person, because as we get older, we don't have a lot of time to keep investing years of all of who we are, our resources, everything, and to turn around only to say God gonna give me somebody better. At some point, you have to just know who that person is, and then just take the courage steps to just be all in. It takes a lot of courage when you've
I
been
agree.
hurt. Some people, you know what I'm saying? Some people have never really been hurt like that. They may have given out the hurt, but they've never really experienced the hurt. And when you have a soft heart and you've given all of who you are, you deserve the best. And so when you with somebody that you think fits you, then you pray and you do what it takes, like ask the hard questions, you know, whatever the hard questions could be that could open up a doorway for somebody to turn and look the other way at something else to fill a need. So,
Yeah.
we don't have a lot of time as we get older to keep investing in healing and then turn around and try again. You in your 20s, yeah, but you start getting up in age, you're like, nah, I need to stick this out. And
Right.
sticking it out doesn't mean you put up with junk. What you do is you try to understand where the little points are that could turn it to a different place. That's not good.
Mhm. Right.
All right. What's the next? We're gonna move
Yes.
to the last topic.
Yes, I really want to talk about this.
Okay, the last
What's the last
topic.
part?
The last topic.
Are most of us seeking heaven, or are we trying to avoid hell?
Oh,
Explain that.
Okay.
Because you
So,
just out the blue asking that question. I'm like stuck. I'm like, hold on.
because I'm gonna be transparent. When I was much younger, growing up in church, I just understood, just point blank, I ain't trying to go to hell. I don't want to go to hell. And my biggest concern was if I died in the state where it would put me there, I just don't want to go there. I don't want to go there. And it makes sense. Nobody should. A person should have the mindset that they don't want to go. And that's if you believe, okay? I'm not going to assume everybody believe in heaven or hell, or heaven and hell.
Yeah.
But if you have the understanding that we as spiritual beings do have to go to a place of accountability for how we've lived, then for me, I used to always be like, I don't want to go to hell. And it was just this fear of being in that place if I died in a state where I was just gonna go there. Um, but as I started getting older, I just remember thinking when I started having experiences with God, I was like, I would be more afraid and hurt of never being able to be in his presence. And for me, that became my focus, and that has become my focus still. That I'm more afraid of being separate from him. The thought of being separate from him hurts me more than the thought of being in hell because of it. So that's why it's a thought provoking question of where's your heart with that? Like, is it really just about I just don't want to go to hell, or do you really have this thought about I really want to see God, I really want to be in his presence? Because from what we understand about hell, there is nothing there of God at all. No feeling, no be able to of his presence. You can't talk to him, nothing. And so for me, it's about I just want to I would never want to be separated from him. So that's my stance on it, because I was just curious, like as we learn more about, God, are we more afraid of the punishment, or is it because we really want to be with God?
Good question.
Because I used to be the opposite when I was younger. I was
What's
like, I
your
don't want to go to
thoughts?
hell, and I still don't want to go to hell,
Um,
but that's not the motivating factor for me.
Yeah, people it depends on people, different religions and stuff. You got some people, especially
Right.
in the Buddhism religion or Indian religion, they believe that they reincarnate and go into something else and keep going and going and going. And
Mhm.
you got people that believe in heaven and hell. You got people that don't believe in heaven and hell. You got people that's atheists and don't believe in God at all. You got people that worship the devil and not even afraid of the fact that they will go to hell, and it's a dangerous place, and they just still gonna worship the devil.
So they want to go to hell.
Yeah, they want to go to hell, which is crazy. It's preposterous to me. And people say, well, how could you worship a God that says he's all loving, but he creates a place to torture you like that? It's all kind of different perspectives, but I just don't want to be in that place. I gave my life to God because I want to be in his presence as well, but I gave my life to him because of what Jesus Christ sacrificed for us. And that's a real man, like a
Mhm.
real person that loves you. I tell people this. There's a dude at my job, young boy. He ain't young, he 30. But he say, man, this is what he told me. I told him, I said, I just asked him out the blue. Because me and him always bumped heads. He's one of those young crash out dudes, wear the pants off their butt, young boys. And I said, hey man, you believe in Jesus Christ? He said, no, I'm believing on Jesus. You think I'm believing a man who got nails in his hand? I'd rather listen to you than listen to that crap. I asked him, did he see the passion of Christ? He said he didn't want to see the passion of Christ. He don't care about that and all this. And I just looked at him. I walked away. I already knew what my stance was with him then. I said, you just need prayer, bro, because the way you thinking like that is blasphemy. Two things you can't be forgiven for from God is suicide and blasphemy. And he spoke like that. And I said, how can somebody not love Jesus Christ? I said, you can't take the strongest man on earth right now. I'm talking about, they had like the Mr. Universe strong built guys, like the big bodybuilder dudes. You can't pick out the strongest man right now. I'm speaking right now to everybody on this podcast. You can't pick out the strongest man in the world, any strongest man competition around the world. They have strong man competition, and tell him to endure and take the same punishment Jesus Christ did back during that time. Would he do that right now? Drop everything and say he'll do that for us right now, lay his life down right now for the people on this planet to be right? He wouldn't do it. He wouldn't do it. The whips, the lashes, the crown of thorns, the carrying the pillar cross, the spitting, the stone throwing, the cursing, the whips, I mean, nah.
Yeah,
I
he
never,
endured a lot that
I
we
think
don't really
we
fully
don't appreciate it.
grasp
Yeah, we
from
don't
what they
grasp that.
show us in movies.
I think we live in an information age where it's so much information. It's so many people got so many different views on a lot of things. To where when we were growing up, we weren't privy to a lot of different views about one thing. You know what I'm saying? So we had to learn that stories from mama and grandmama and them. They passed the story down of Christ to us. So we had a guideline. Before we found Christ, we still had a guideline. You know what I'm saying? So
We
there was
were
a
rooted in it,
guideline. Yeah,
rooted.
we was rooted in in the story of Christ.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then once we found out for ourselves, it just reinforced our beliefs.
Right.
Now the younger people, they don't have that. They don't go to church like we went to church. You know what I'm saying? We had church. We had to go to church and stuff like that. We learned a lot of this stuff. It was learned behavior at first.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? The Passion of Christ was a learned behavior that we learned. Even back then, they had a picture of white Jesus. We believed that was Jesus. As a kid, we thought, oh, that was a picture of Jesus. But then when we grew up, we realized that wasn't the picture of Jesus. That was a image of Jesus. That was their depiction of Jesus. That wasn't actually Jesus, a picture of Jesus. But our mothers and stuff had it hanging in their houses, so we naturally believed that was Jesus, right? So I wouldn't be quick to give up on people because they don't believe in Christ now. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some people have to see it through other people, and some people have to get that experience on their own. You know what I'm saying? For me, I got an experience on my own. Before that was after I was taught about, you know what I'm saying, the fear of God. You know what I'm saying? So kids growing up today, they don't have that guideline. They starting at nothing. They becoming adults, not even been taught, not even been read the Bible and stuff like that. A lot of kids don't even, like my mama taught me my prayers when I was a young kid. I was 6, 7 years old. I learned my prayer. Now lay me down to sleep. Pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, they're still with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my point is, they have no foundation on it, my brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but like,
I'm just trying to get you to understand that we living in a world where people don't even have a foundation,
right, and
to even begin to open up their eyes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We had that foundation, so once we saw him really working in our lives, we recognized who it was.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
And because it's like that, like Charisma was saying, that's why you have to pray. Some people you can't talk to. Like you already know it's gonna be a losing battle. So you have to just
Yeah.
the only thing you can do is pray for them.
Yeah,
you
because
know?
they fighting information every day. These kids today are fighting so much coming at them, so many different angles of information about this ain't real, this is real,
Right.
this is fake, this is real. So they don't know. And you got people who got videos out on TikTok and they saying the same thing what he's saying. That's probably where he got it from. And somebody will go it, and they'll have some kind of way they proving it that they right.
Or debunking. They call it debunking.
They gonna debunk it in a way that make you feel like, okay, this person is right. And what if that's the first person you heard? You know what I'm saying? What if you subscribe to this person and this he don't convince you that that's right what he said? You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it, man. But at the end of the day, man, it's a faith. It boils down to faith.
Right.
It all comes down to faith. That's what faith is all about. You know what I'm saying? If everybody knew, if everybody was here to witness it, they would believe. But people weren't here to witness it. If you didn't witness that, you can't say it's you can't. You know what I'm saying? You don't have that visual of what's being said.
Right.
Some people you got to show me. You can't tell me nothing. I have to see it for myself. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at that.
And it's kind of like and the question is kind of like this, like let's just say a person they'll do something wrong. They'll know it's wrong. And the only reason they would want to turn and do right is because they would be afraid of consequences. If you get to a point in your heart where it's not about being afraid of consequences, it's because your heart really wants to do what's right. It's kind of like what the question is about. So like for me, like I was telling you, I want to meet the person who gave his life for me. I want to see him. Like I want to be able to look upon him and just be in his presence. So if it's more about, oh, I just don't want the consequences of living a sinful life, then is it really about being with God or just I don't want to suffer? You know what I'm saying? And so we have to, look within and just see like what is the motivation for our working out our salvation. Because I think it's just common sense. Nobody wants to suffer. Nobody does. But it's understood that's, the wages of sin is death and whatever comes behind that. So what we have to do is want to have a permanent in like eternal relationship with the one who made us, and that should be the motivation. And that's just how I see it. Like I say, I used to be on the other end of that, where it was all about I just don't want to suffer, but it's more about I don't want to be separated from God forever.
All right, and that's that, man. Unless you got something else to elaborate on, man, we gonna shut this thing down.
No, I'm good. That's pretty.
Once
good.
again, man, appreciate you coming on.
Yes, for sure. Appreciate all your insight and just sharing, like your personal feelings about things. So
Mhm. I got more, but we'll kick it we'll get it all out on the next show. We'll
yeah.
kick it up on the next show.
I mean, you want to finish it up? Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm good, man. I just feel it. Yeah, that's
Are you good? You good, man?
Yeah. I'm
You
good.
feel? I don't get that. I don't feel that happy vibe from you, man.
Nah, I'm good, man. I'm just just new for me, Rob. Just learning things, man. And
Okay. The new life. Okay.
well, it's something like that. It just
I get it, man.
It's,
Hey, man, the old. They call it the old ball and chain.
I'm just a little lethargic right now because I did a lot of yard work today. So I did like
That'll drain anybody.
trimming and cutting.
You want to do some more yard work?
Huh?
You want to do some more yard work?
What you got?
I got a Black & Decker lawnmower.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, that'll make you tired because when he get done cutting the grass, he be like, ugh, laid out like
my yard really ain't all that big.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Once I get that pattern right, I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do the same. So I do mine at an angle. So to cut. This is the science behind it, or the math, or the geometry, or whatever you call it. So I have a square yard. So I cut it at an angle to reduce the amount to reduce the square footage. So if you go in an angle, you can reduce the square footage 90 degrees. If you go in an angle, that'd be half of that, and it'll cut it down short, smaller.
Oh, yeah, I don't know that about all that, bro. I think if you got,
I
I think the yard got to be cut. Whether you, I don't care how you cut it, it's gonna have to be cut. It's psychologically, if it helps you psychologically, do it.
No, if you have a square and you go at this angle, you'll cover much more ground. But if you have a square and you're going at this angle, you're not covering much ground. You see the difference?
Oh, because of the slant is more like you cut more grass at in that position.
At an angle, right?
Yeah,
so that's at 80 degrees.
I got you.
Well, he don't.
And you cutting more grass in one swipe of a cut.
Right.
I got you.
Instead of going like this.
Right. It's more work. It's more work. Yeah.
I'm going like this.
That's the same amount.
No, it's not. It's the
not.
same. You're cutting the same amount of grass, but you're getting more in one swipe. You know what I'm saying? Of a cut, like instead of you cut more this way instead of this way.
Could you draw
I get it.
Do it
well, come over here and show me then.
Maybe that's the math teacher thing.
Come over here and do it and show me. You know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
I'll do it, Rob. I'm gonna show you.
That's some math for you,
man. You got something you want to say before we shut it down, my brother? Appreciate you coming on, man. Once again.
Yeah, man. Hey, it's all. But, come on, man. You gotta say you appreciate me coming on. This is a show, bro.
All right, but I appreciate you though, man. I don't take people for granted, man. I appreciate you, man.
Right.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. We've been locked in. How long now, Rob? About 10 years.
How you doing, Miss Ella Johnson? I was on the Ella Johnson show one time. Miss Ella Johnson. She got her own. She do a podcast too.
Yeah, Miss Ella. Yeah, hey, Miss Ella Johnson.
Hello.
But yeah. I just want to say, man, look, we making progress, man. It's pushing this podcast is positive. We keep this thing going, man. It's gonna be all right, And like I said, we just got 3 more years. Just bear with the program.
You act like 3 more years is short when it comes to Trump. 3 years is eternity. When you factor in all the stuff he done did in 8 months, 3 years is an eternity with this dude, man. Ain't no telling what.
If you're a person of spoken faith, God already is in control. He already wrote it.
I got faith. I got faith.
That's what I'm telling you.
I got
It's
faith
already
that he
written.
gonna screw this
Everything is
country
gonna
up.
Gonna happen.
Well, these things have to happen. So
Right. Thank you.
it has to happen.
Oh man, don't do that. Y'all, everything ain't spiritual.
No, I'm just saying it has to happen.
Everything ain't spiritual. Some of this stuff is just BS.
Everything's not spiritual.
Everything ain't spiritual, man. God ain't don't say, cause God gave us the power to vote in who we want to vote in. And now we voted in the wrong person. You think what God, he said, man, like this, okay.
No,
okay.
we agree.
Okay.
This is what it is. We agree that we have played our, when I say we, meaning the people have done their part to create what has to happen.
Right.
No, but the people of faith, obviously you didn't, because you ain't convinced enough people to come to your side.
Control somebody else. We can't control somebody else's vote because think about it.
Here's the thing. Now the evangelicals, they think they got the right person. We think we got the wrong person. So who right? Who you know what I'm saying? So that's why you can't put this as spiritual, because they thinking they prayed for Trump. We prayed against Trump. They won, so they get their spirituality better now.
And that's why I say I leave it all up to God, because he's in control of both things. So that's why it ain't got nothing to do with evangelical or Christian or nothing. It's all about the truth. The only thing is the truth. Everything is a lie. I always remember that everything is the truth. It's always going to be one truth, and everything else is a lie. Even when Jesus come back, it's only one truth. Everything else is a lie. Believe that.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it, man. All right, man. We'll catch you again, man, when on your next off day. Guess we'll catch you on your next off day, man.
Yes, I'm working this Tuesday, but I'll be off next Tuesday.
Okay.
Okay. All right. You work next Tuesday.
Yeah, this Tuesday coming up, I'm working.
Because you off this Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm off. I was out, yeah. But I'll be making sure I'll send you the schedule right to your phone, so you'll get it. And you'll know how my schedule is.
Well, I just holler at you every Tuesday. If you can make it, you can make it. If you can't, you can't.
But I'm still sending you the schedule. But I'm still sending the schedule to the phone, so you'll have it already on deck. You know, okay, he free this day, free this day. You get what I'm saying?
Okay, my bro.
The highlighted area.
All right, man. You have a good night, man.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Right. Peace out, my bro.
Peace. Love you guys.
Love you too.
All right, y'all. This is what we gotta say, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. To Overflow, the Everyday People Show, man. We do this thing every Tuesday. Well, we try to do it every Tuesday.
We have our times when we don't.
Yeah, we do. We have our moments when we don't.
reasons.
You can't do this every day, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta take a break.
Yeah, for
You know what
special
I'm saying?
circumstances.
Yeah, no, it ain't gotta be no special circumstances. If I don't feel like doing it, I can do it. And that's one thing about having your own show. If you want to do it, you can do it. You don't, you don't. You know what I'm saying? But we appreciate y'all for tuning in, commenting, sharing, and whatnot, man. So listen, this is the Everyday People Show. Y'all know anybody who has a book or business or something they want to come on and promote, man, this is where you come and do it, man. This is what we do, man. We share our platform with everybody. So listen, and y'all go follow us on our YouTube page. Let's get some subscribers up, man. We need some new subscribers. We want to get at least about 500 subscribers, man. You know what I'm saying? We ain't been asking y'all. So go to our YouTube page and subscribe to our YouTube channel, man. That's all we ask y'all. We ain't ask y'all for no money. We ain't even put a Cash App or nothing up. I'm gonna start doing that. What you think?
Hey,
Like,
it don't hurt.
It don't hurt.
It won't hurt.
But anyway, go ahead. What you got to say, Jen?
I hope everybody got rejuvenated from the conversation, whether it was the spiritual part, the relationship part, the political part, just something to make you think and to maybe look within and, you know, see where you are in these different areas, you know, because it's all about growth and it's all about being better so that you can be better to the people around you in your contributions.
All right, we're gonna give y'all a hand.
Yes.
All right, y'all. This is what we gotta say goodbye, man. But you know what? We love y'all. And guess what? Tell them,
Ain't
Jen.
nothing y'all can do about
Ain't
it.
nothing y'all can do about this love, baby. Peace out.